Hey guys, what's up? We're back for another video for our pop-in, honey. For our midday pop-in. How y'all doing? Go ahead. So yeah, let's get into our show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that. All right, so we're back. You guys can see the topics we're going to be flying through. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Let's get to the show. All right, so of course you guys may know by now, y'all know Britt Eady is suing child for $20 million, but we're going to get into that after we get into this first topic. Now, Taraji P. Henson is taking up for Tyler Perry. She's speaking up against people who claim that he always tell the same type of stories about Black women. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. And she says that that every raise that she's ever received in the industry has come from Tyler Perry. She said that this man owns a studio. So what you got? Okay, so she's talking at the Breakfast Club. She's having an interview at the Breakfast Club. Y'all know a lot of people say that a lot of Tyler Perry's films and plays and stuff like that, they all sound the same. They're all about the same thing, battered women or whatever. But I think that he's kind of going off of what he saw his mother go through growing up. He talked about his mother being in an abusive type situation. So I think most of his TV films and plays kind of derived from that because of that's what he experienced. But let's get into what Taraji had to say. I like Taraji, and she's worked a lot with Tyler Perry. Let's go. Damn, I forgot to share the video. I got it straight to y'all and here talking to my husband. I'm sorry. Let's back that thing up. Somebody say, share, can we see? Share me, can we see? All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I got it straight to talk to my husband. He's standing right here.
I like to breathe light into those characters because I feel like those characters are real.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler Perry didn't just pull this out of the sky. Mm-hmm. These women exist. These people exist. And they need to see themselves and they need to know that they're not alone and that people do see them.
Does it make you mad when people tell Tyler Perry to stop showing those women on camera?
I think that's their own traumas triggered. Mm-hmm. Because in the community, Black community, we don't deal with it. You know what I mean? So if you're forced to look at it often, you will be triggered. So the first thing you're going to want to say is, I don't want to see it. But there are people out there that need to see it. Mm-hmm. He's forcing real conversations in the community.
How do you not fight somebody over Tyler?
How do I not?
How do you not fight? Because they attack Tyler.
Tyler got security?
No, I mean, not like that. Not like that. But online, because he does so much for people and he's so good to, especially our community. And I think a lot of times people don't see that. And even people that he doesn't know, he helps so much. He talks to, he guides, he mentors. And you guys are so close. How do you not just say, you know, sometimes I got to black out on
because his action speaks louder than the haters. Because this man owns a studio. What you got? Mm-hmm. Every raise that I've gotten and whenever I'm treated the best in this industry, it's always by him. Every raise that I've gotten has come from a Black man, Tyler Perry. Yeah. He doubled my quote in straw. 4 days of work.
Which is so important for when you go on to that next.
He understands that. That man has helped. He does so much we don't even know because he's not even talking about it.
Yeah.
I like to breathe light into those characters because I feel like those characters are real.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler Perry didn't just pull this out of the sky.
What y'all think about that? I agree. Tyler Perry does do a lot for the Black community. I got to give it to him. He is one of the ones in Hollywood that do reach back and help out. He just random people, and a lot of stuff that he do, we don't, like she said, we don't know about. He don't talk about everything that he do. Like the old Black lady who was losing her house because they were getting ready to do something with the land, or I think they were going to expand the highway or something like that. And her house was going to be taken because they were trying to do something with the highway, something like that. He pretty much bought this woman a new house, a brand new house, paid for it. She didn't have to pay anything, and let her move up in that house. Another one, Coco Brown, I think it was, where her house got burned down to the ground for whatever reason. Tyler Perry gave her the money for another house. Okay, so he do look out for the Black community. He does look out for the Black community, and I like that about him. A lot of other people who he works with, he helped bring back. What's the girl's name? Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry's husband's career, Corey Hardick, in his movies. Yeah, okay, because what about think about Corey Hardick? Okay, that was one of the reasons why him and his wife Tia broke up, was because he wasn't working that much. And Tyler Perry reached back and grabbed Corey Hardick and gave him a bunch of jobs and movies under his Tyler Perry Studios production, and now he's back, relevant again. So thank God for Tyler Perry. We know about him paying for Angie Stone's funeral, and some more things, like I said, that we don't know about. But shout out to Taraji P. Henson. But I gotta say this, and I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. I kind of feel like a lot of his movies do kind of mirror each other in terms of Black women being abused or Black women being in unfortunate situations in relationships. Okay. Yeah. Y'all part of the noise outside. My lawn person is here doing my yard. All right. So let's get on to the next topic. Yeah, he blowing the yard and all that, y'all. So all right, let's move forward. Y'all forgive me for not sharing on the other video. I got distracted talking to my husband, y'all. My bad. All right, so Jennifer Williams, honey, shades Basketball Wives co-stars for skipping her Paris wedding. Well, it really wasn't a wedding. It was something like more so of a production. It was more like it wasn't really a wedding because they weren't really legally married. Then I feel like they were just having like a little ceremony, so to speak. But Jennifer Williams shades Basketball Wives co-stars for skipping her Paris wedding. She says, in hindsight, we didn't want their asses in Paris anyway. So then why are you still talking about it? Why are you still talking about it and giving it life if you didn't want them there or care that they were there in the first place? You talked about it on the show. You were mad that they wouldn't come and support you. You already called Shawnee out and said she ain't a real first lady because Shawnee chose not to come to your Vegas wedding where you was getting married by a whole midget and running around with smoking shit everywhere like it was a Halloween party and riding in on a whole old ass Cadillac. I mean, they were like, we ain't coming here for this low budget bullshit just so that you can marry this fraud ass Ponzi scheme type of dude. But Jennifer Williams makes a post. Shout out to It's On Site. She goes on to say, what kills me is that everyone's complaining about Jennifer Williams' wedding in Vegas, but when she invited them to her Paris wedding, nobody showed up. Like, huh? She says, congratulations to both your weddings, Basketball Wives and VH1. Okay. So why is she writing that to herself? Weird. Says, in hindsight, we didn't want their asses there in Paris anyway. She said that the right people came to celebrate us for the right reasons. Whatever, girl. I wouldn't want somebody that I didn't feel like fully supported me there, even if they were on the show with me. If you're not my real friend, a wedding is a moment where I want people that really support my union and that, they're my friends and it's going to bring some good gifts, all of that. It's going to, really want the best for me and said person that I'm hoping to share the rest of my life with. So, of course, you guys know, like I said, none of the cast from Basketball Wives showed up to their Paris ceremony, but they weren't really married anywhere. But y'all know that Carlos King was there because I think I covered it. Carlos King was there and so many other celebrities were there, but none of the cast from Basketball Wives. And they were hoping to get some footage for the show, but since nobody showed up, they didn't get any footage. So then they chose to have Jennifer's footage being shot when she went to Paris. I'm not Paris, but Vegas, because the cast, of course, chose to go to see because the same day that she had her wedding, her official wedding in Vegas, they had Evelyn's Lozada's birthday party. So most of the cast went to Evelyn Lozada's birthday party and little get together that they had in Vegas, and they skipped. It was only like 4 people that showed up to Jennifer's wedding in Vegas. It was Jackie Christie, Brandy Maxiell was there, Ty Young was there, and her ex-girlfriend was there as well. So, and that was it. Everybody else was like, we ain't going to that bullshit. Okay. But child, get over it. Y'all are married now. It is what it is. Whoever was meant to be there was there. All right. Your ass shouldn't have been there, Jennifer. That's who shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been there. And you was the bride. Okay. And I know that sounds kind of mean, but it is what it is. Jennifer, you weren't even supposed to be at your own wedding because you married a fraud ass nigga, and you're going to see it here soon enough. All right. Moving on. Because I don't care no more. But what I do care about is Britt Eady out here trying to get a bag off Bravo. Now, by now, y'all have heard about it, okay? I'm over trying to get some work done, so I can't just pop in as soon as something hit the press, child. I got to get it in when I can. But at the end of the day, shout out to Reality Entertainment TV. Britt Eady is suing Bravo for defamation and sexual harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and wants $20 million in damages. Child. Girl, this sounds like a money scheme. You over here acting like Jennifer Williams over there, her husband. Now, let's get into what it said. All right, let me get my good reading skills going here. This is some bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Britt Eady is suing Bravo, NBC Universal, and its production companies, Truly Original and Endemol Shine North America for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual harassment, and more over the drama with Kenya Moore. Now, allegedly showing explicit images of her at her event. Now, she said in a post earlier this morning in Car Chronicles that wasn't even her in the picture. So I'm not sure what she's suing for. If that was not you in the pictures, then how is it that you're going to be suing for defamation of character and all this other stuff, infliction of emotional distress? How? That's not you in the damn pictures. But let's keep going. Now, Britt claims that Bravo misled the public into believing that Kenya distributed photos of her, even though, according to her, the woman in the photos or posters was not her, according to TMZ. Now, Eady claims that Bravo knowingly contributed to a hostile work environment and sexually harassed her by subjecting her to unwelcome, offensive, and sexualized behavior and comments by requiring her to show up to work after she experienced what she calls a gendered attack. Now, said that she is now asking Bravo for the immediate removal of the episode from public access and at least $20 million in damages. They're not paying you $20 million, sis. I'm trying to tell you. I kind of knew something was up and that she had something up her sleeve when her ass didn't show up to the reunion. I knew something was going on. Like, I think we knew something was going on. She was like, F this check, I'm going for a bigger check. Because y'all know they say they the checks at the reunion be a little nice check. And some of them don't want to be forfeiting that check, okay? So she chose to sit out her first ever reunion on Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is her first season. So she chose not to go to the reunion, maybe because she didn't want to answer questions or because she knew she had already launched this damn lawsuit against them. And she was trying to pull a little switcheroo over there and not get that little Bravo check from the reunion and focus on that $20 million that she think her ass is about to get. I don't think she's going to get it. If she does, I'll be totally surprised. Britt, what are you doing now? We know you need the money because your event planner said you ain't paid her and she's still waiting on that. You owe her thousands, okay? You got a lot going on. They're going after you and they're going after your husband as well. So maybe, girl, just maybe you said this little season on Real Housewives of Atlanta ain't work out for you. You didn't really get as many scenes as you thought you were going to get. And maybe you feel like you can get the money on the back end by suing them. But just know you're going to be in the same boat as Nene Leakes. You're probably never going to be able to work for them again. You just effed yourself without any lube, baby. I'm going to say it again, girl. You just effed yourself with no lube. Oh, that's got to hurt. Girl, Bravo ain't fooling with you no more. And you pissed Andy off. You ain't show up at the reunion. You don't think you pissed Andy off. So now your ass ain't gonna be able to be back on the show no more. All right, what you gonna do next? I guess it's back to OnlyFans, girl. I guess it's back to all this shit here. I guess it's back to that. So I don't know, girl. I don't know. Get it how you get it. All right, but you ain't get that $20 million. That's what I do know. Let's move on, child. Lord. Now, Kenya, they keep bringing Kenya up. I told y'all this morning in the Car Chronicles, they keep bringing Kenya up for a reason. Now, y'all already know that Kenya is a fan favorite, all right? Now, Kenya did apologize publicly, and I feel like she keeps throwing out all these subliminal apologies, and she keeps talking about this situation and making herself relevant and staying in Bravo's face because she wants to be back on the show. Her money is funny, okay? Her money is funny, and I feel like Bravo might feel bad being that the pictures that were shown, okay, the posters that were shown that was supposed to be allegedly Britt Eady was not her, so they may, it may be a little loophole in this situation for Kenya if she kisses up enough. I don't know, girl. Maybe cry. That might get you back on the show. Because Andy don't like when people be crying. He'll hang you some tissue and then he'll kind of give you that look like this, like, ooh, maybe it won't that bad. I don't know. But maybe, just maybe, Bravo is thinking about maybe bringing her back, considering the show is not doing its best. A lot of fans are speaking out, saying they do miss Kenya. They do want her back on the show. Kenya, like I said, she's done a whole 360 from the whole interview that she did after she got fired versus now making several public apologies for said situation. And whoever she says that she hurt in this situation, like, she's real apologetic. So sometimes that can take you a long way if you've not gone too far, especially if you don't mention Andy and speaking down on the net. She was starting to go there, and I was worried, like, oh Lord, Kenya, like, shut up. Because if you ever want to go back to work for Bravo again, don't start talking crazy, because you're going to stick your own foot up your ass, and that's what you never want to do, because you don't ever want to burn a bridge. You never know when you got to go back across that bitch. So it's given that she might get a chance. Now let's get into what they're saying here. All right. Let's get into it. Okay. Let me go ahead and share this time, because y'all know, child, I get to talking and y'all be like, Cameron, we can't see. All right, so this particular post, let's get into it. Reality Entertainment TV says, according to TMZ, and shout out to them as well, production was hoping to film a one-on-one interview between Kenya Moore and Andy Cohen that would have aired after the season 16 reunion, but they couldn't make it happen. So it's given that if Andy is leaning towards having a sit down or one-on-one with Kenya to try to iron out and or find out what the hell happened between that situation, or maybe find a loophole to where they maybe can bring her back, and just to see where her energy is and if she would want to come back. I think that's a heads up in the right direction. Okay, if Andy Cohen wants to sit down with Kenya Moore and have a one-on-one interview with her, he didn't do that with Nene. He didn't do that with Nene. When Nene got fired, he didn't ask Nene to come back for no damn interview. It was that. So Kenya might be coming back next season. I'm predict that. I'm predicting that Kenya may have a spot back on the show next season, because Andy is about them ratings, and this season has been an embarrassment as far as the ratings. All right, Phaedra, I'm sorry you won't be able to pull the show. You was not able to pull the show back up where it needed to be. Okay, and they might go ahead and sneak Nene in there, probably as a friend of, just to kind of see if, maybe depending on how much she kiss up. All right, if she kiss up enough and she kind of work things out, she might be back too. But they need to do something, because maybe the show ain't giving what they need to give. Let's move on though. She was supposed to have a one-on-one, but they ain't make that work. I don't know why, but maybe Andy, I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah, but they said they were going to try to do it, but they ain't do it. So let's get into Shamea Morton sat down with Big Tigger Morning Show and had a conversation about the show and about some personal things as well. We're going to look at a few clips, because I do like Shamea, and sometimes Shamea be sharing some tea. So we're going to get into the tea of Shamea. Now, they said that some of the ladies on Real Housewives of Atlanta cast were questioned why Angela Oakley attended their trip to Grenada during her 8-year wedding anniversary. I wouldn't have did that. Damn a chick. I don't damn. If it's my 8-year anniversary, I'm going to be home with my husband, and we're going to be doing whatever we do, going somewhere, celebrating. Like, for real. Especially when his ass ain't picking up the phone. Charles Oakley. I don't know why I can't get past that. Like, girl, you are out of town on your anniversary, and you calling this man bike to bike, and he ain't picking up the phone. Like, what the hell? And I know he see you calling, sending your ass to voicemail. But Shamea Morton shares what she would have done if she would have done the same. Let's get into this clip. Shout out to Big Tigger.
Lots happened on that trip. So there's lots of unmarried people on this trip, and then you're one of the married people on the trip. And would you have gone on a trip with the group in the show if it was your 8th wedding anniversary?
I might have had to get flew back earlier, a day or something. I mean, you know what? That's tough because it is her job. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it ain't like we just it's a show. It's what she gets a check from. So I don't judge that because that's tough. I mean, she did FaceTime her husband,
right?
And I mean, I'm sure she probably left some gifts or flowers. It works for them.
He was okay with it.
Because I mean, I've been going for a birthday or what was it? I feel like
you've missed some moments.
Yeah, I missed some moments. Now, for my anniversary, even we were filming, so we didn't get to take our big anniversary trip.
Right.
But I had to do a little something extra
to make up for it.
Make up for it. Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, you just never know. And then even with the whole Shiloh stuff, you miss stuff. Life happens.
Right.
So I don't judge people about that. I mean, I like Charles and Angela. I would love to, see them continue to have a healthy marriage.
Lots happened on that trip. So there's lots of.
All right, so let's it says that Drew Sidora had some choice words for Shamea after her interview. So let's see what had happened.
Mad at what y'all was talking about that day. Y'all got me in trouble.
I got you in trouble.
Y'all
got me.
First of all, you worked in radio, so you already know how this goes.
That lady was so mad at me.
Why?
Wait, because you was there. You heard why the lady was mad.
You're talking about Drew. But I mean, we were just talking about in conversation. You were just telling your truth.
Well, you know what? Good luck to her. She's got a great album, But can we just take a moment and clap for Drew for her album?
Yeah. I like
We're
it.
celebratory.
There you go.
But during the show, we see that y'all like make up, like y'all not really beefing. But then what, girl, what's going on?
Or is that the truth?
Happening? That's the thing. It's so weird. I'm even confused because then we're good. And then it's like she'll go and she'll do her little jabs or call me a lapdog. I'm like, girl, we can't be cool if you're calling me a lapdog. So of course you're gonna take your digs and I'm gonna take mine. That's just how it works.
Hey man,
but they are mad at what y'all was talking about that day. Y'all got me in trouble.
I got you in trouble.
Y'all got me.
First of all, you worked in radio, so
y'all know that Drew and Shamea keep having this little back and forth. They be cool one minute, and then one of them will say something smart about the other because y'all know Shamea stay slick shading. So Shamea, I like you, but you do slick shade a lot. You really do. And Drew got a slick mouth too, but she try to hide hers and that. But bottom line is, if you guys are going to coexist in the same place in terms of filming together, y'all gotta kind of get along a little bit. Yes, drama does sell, but don't nobody want to see y'all going back and forth all the damn time. At some point, y'all should be around each other. And I feel like most of the heat that's coming between Drew and Shamea is coming from her disdain for Portia. Okay, yeah, it's her loyalty for Portia. Shamea, your loyalty for Portia, and the fact that that she and Drew got this little, difference going on between the two of them. I feel like you kind of jumping in it just a little bit, and then it's kind of creating some tension between you and Drew. So I don't know. I'm not saying they're ganging up on Drew, but what I am saying is, Drew, stop throwing your subliminals and shade, and Shamea, stop slick shading as well. Okay. Stop slick, because you kind of do it. But I do like Shamea, so yeah, I ain't really got too much negative to say about her. Shout out to her on her album or her music as well.
There is.
All right, so next, Shamea speaks on what her biggest misconception in the public is after getting her peach on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's go.
What is the biggest misconception about you publicly, and why is it a misconception?
I think that Drew has coined this whole lapdog thing, and I think it's so tacky because at the end of the day, I'm just a loyal friend. So if me being a loyal companion is me being a lapdog, then that's pretty unfortunate because I would strive for anybody to be a loyal friend to me. I mean, that's kind of what we need in our big age. Friends don't come that they're few and far in between. So you want to hold on to the good ones. And I just think that people think that my loyalty to P is me like maybe being afraid of her or being in her shadow or not really being worthy of a peach. Should just be a friend because she's so up Portia's ass or whatever it is. I don't think that that's what that is. I think what that is me being a ride or die. And I'm like that to the people that are on camera and off camera. Like, if you come to my party, if you come to my home, I'm feeding all my guests. You know, everybody's going to get fed. I'm not just going to do the people that are on TV. You know what I mean? I'm a loyal person. See? I'm not just going to gift you and you. You're going to get a gift too. I'm not going to just get, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not going to just
when the next party, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to, you know, and I just think that people move a certain way for TV. Yeah. And that's the unfortunate thing, because then there's no authenticity. You're not a real person. You're not being true. Exactly. Because if my day ones, if you there and you there and I've known you, and if anything, I'm going to give y'all the food first. Like, because even when the lights and the cameras are off, you're going to be with me. Y'all going to ride with me. You know what I mean? Y'all been riding for me. And that's the thing. I just, if I take my biggest takeaway from this is just being true to yourself, and don't, you know, they call it lapdog. I call it loyalty. And a lot of these ladies could learn that lesson and be more like a lapdog, I would say.
There is. What is the biggest misconception?
I'll never be no damn lapdog. I'm sorry. My personality is too strong for that. I'm loyal to my friends, but I ain't gonna be your damn lapdog. Okay. And I don't want to be your friend if I can't tell you when I feel like you on some BS, and vice versa. Check me too. Yeah, I want my friends to check me because caramel can get out of order and get out of order sometimes, and don't kind of be on the right side of the track a little bit. So yeah, check me, but watch your tone when you do it. Because I'm a Leo. We don't like to be yelled at. Tone and delivery. All right. It's all about how you do it and how you say it. But yeah, you don't have to be a lapdog to anyone. You could be a true loyal friend and stick by that person. And if somebody's talking junk about them, you can stick up for them. But don't be no damn lapdog and ass kisser. Them two right there, nah. I totally disagree with you on that, Shamea. And I like you. But you ain't got to be Portia's lapdog at all. Portia can stand on her own, but I feel like you don't check Portia enough on her bullshit for the sake of you not wanting to argue with her. I feel like that. Anybody in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you don't mind being your loyal friend's lapdog for the sake of getting along. Put a 1 if you don't see nothing wrong with that. Put a 2 if it's a hell no for you. Let's take a poll. And I know I'm gonna see some 2s. Put a 1 if you don't see nothing wrong with being a friend's lapdog. Put a 2 if it's a hell no for you. I want to get a poll. Let's see. KBR said 2. I know that shit right. Okay. Yeah, I don't do I don't do no lapdog stuff, babe. Yeah, I don't need it. If I gotta do that, mean you can't be friends. Nah. Okay. But let's move on, because I think she had
who's really friends.
Okay, so Shamea says apparently things are going to get tense between between her and Britt Eady on an upcoming episode, you guys, on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know Britt Child's out here suing people, but she's going to have a situation with Britt Eady because Britt Eady is going to speak on Shamea's daughter. I know kids are off limits, and you get speaking on people's kids, that's when they got to snap off on your ass. So let's get into what Shamea had to say about that.
Friends on the show, like real friends. I
don't have any real beef with any of these ladies. Like, the Drew stuff is so surfaced. I mean, I don't have any real beef with her. I don't have any beef with Angela. You know, me laughing at the comment that was made about, you know, PF and Charles is okay. That's over. Like, I don't have any smoke with Angela. Right. Phaedra, she just got back. It's no smoke. I mean, you know, it's too new, you know. Right. And then who else is there? Britt, I don't see it for her. I think that kids are off limits, and even husbands. But you know, you guys will see coming up. She does kind of take a stab at my child, and it's unfortunate. And I really wanted to let the east side come out.
I was about to say, did you really let the east side come out?
I wanted to let you up.
Because wait.
But you know, I just
you kept the east side inside,
girl, because you know that's hard to do. That comes out.
The way my hands were shaking, I just had to just walk away, you know. And I'm glad I did.
You're a good one.
I can't. Can you imagine?
No, ma'am.
Why would I even stoop to that level? We ain't even on the same. We really shouldn't even be in the same circle. If I'm being 100, I don't even know how she got here. I mean, when you can't feed your guests at a party.
She didn't give her the Deborah Cox. How did you get here? Because you weren't supposed to be here. we really don't supposed to be in the same circles because Britt ain't gonna do a damn thing. If you put your hands on her, she gonna go straight down to her lawyer's office and sue your ass because she done been to your house to see how you live, and so she know you got a bag. So she gonna definitely dig in your damn pockets if you slap the shit out of her. There's people like that. They gonna talk a whole heap of shit. And as soon as you go upside their damn head, they down there suing. They ain't got no no couth about their ass at all. As soon as you check their ass, forehead check their ass, they down there trying to up and sue you. Okay, that's my shit there. When you piss me off, I'm there. When I'm checking you, it's there. But yeah, let's see.
Oh my God. When you're being sued by your party planner, I'm sorry, the decorator, and you're being sued by your country club that you live at, man, you live there. You can't pay these people their money. Get these people their money.
Damn.
But your tagline for the season is, I'm pretty and paid. Of course the haters got to share. Girl, or whatever it is. You're pretty. Yes. Paid. I think we all know the truth.
Oh my, I cannot wait for this reunion.
So
yo,
let me ask you.
I don't see it for it. Can you tell? Because we can keep talking about it. I got a couple more.
Come on.
I mean, the girl is just honestly like, she's just a big bag of
beard.
I'm not gonna
A
say
big bag of.
My mouth be getting a little too slick. And my mama told me before I left, she said, you just got to keep your eyes on Jesus. And I don't think that's Jesus like how I'm talking. Let me just rewind. We not cut from the same cloth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, if you watch the show, she don't really have a lot of cloth.
Damn.
And it's just
surreal.
How did she get there?
Who's really friends on the show? Like real friends. I
don't have any real beef with any of these ladies. Like
Shamea is, didn't I tell y'all the slick shade? Come on. I think that's why I like her, because she's so raw with it. Shamea say whatever she want to say. She reads down too. Y'all can't, you got to catch it though. You got to catch it with Shamea. Shamea will read you down, okay? Yeah. Yes, she's pretty, but paid, no, okay? And it's going to be forever up and stuck between Shamea and Britt because she mentioned her child. I just know it. She's never going to ever forgive this girl. And then to throw out there that how you going to have an event at your country club where you live at and you don't pay these people that you owe? Like, what is that? And then you're going to turn around and sue somebody when you owe somebody? Girl, this is a lot, ain't it? Child, Shamea is a shader. She's a shadeologist. She is. She has a master's in shadeology. She really does. This shit is so funny. Let's continue, child.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So she says Shamea Morton speaks on if being a peach holder has changed her. Because a lot of people are like, girl, you changed just a little bit since you got your little funky ass peach. So let's see what she got to say.
Speaking of healthy, we got to talk about you and Portia's relationship, right? Do you think that the show is manipulating the relationship a little bit, or do you think the show is kind of like forcing you to talk about the I guess the strain between you and Portia, if there is any?
See, that whole notion about the show can make or break a relationship, I think that's crazy.
Really?
I think the show, that there's cameras, and I think that there's real life. You can't spell reality without being real. And I think what they capture is the real essence of our relationship. And it's unfortunate that it's being played out like that. But I've been able to even see things that I didn't even know.
Really?
Yeah, and it's hurtful. And unfortunately, we having to live in it publicly. The things that were said, done, it's not the show messing up the relationship. It's the girls on the show. They have a lot to say about it. So they messy and muddy the water. And until you watch it back, you don't know. It's like, dang, she said that. So she just went over there and straight lied. And then if you allow those type of things to be said about a friend or even in the friendship and you don't check it, it just look like, and even if you do check it, they ain't going to say, well, I said this, but she shut me down or she checked me. They just going to tell their side because they want to see the friction and the tension in the friendship. So,
is it working?
What do you think? You watched it?
I mean, but again, I'm not in the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know you and Portia have known each other.
But as a fan or as a viewer of the show, do you feel like it's caused a strain or
absolutely?
Well, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And that's why I say it's unfortunate. It's like no one wants to, even before I got on the show, I was like, I don't want to get on this show and have my relationship with my husband, my friends, my children, anybody be targeted or disbanded because of drama. That ain't how I roll.
Right.
Okay.
Speaking of healthy, we gotta talk about you and Portia's.
We all know reality TV will break up a good old marriage, will it not? Look at Mel and Martell, okay? I mean, hell, look at a whole bunch of people. Look at Drew and Ralph. They going through it. Portia and Simon, they weren't supposed to be married anyway. But yeah, it's something we can keep going. We can keep going of people whose marriages did not make it because of reality television. It's a lot of people. Damn. So let's continue, child. I mean, even Nene and Greg broke up for a little spell and then they got back together. But y'all know how it works, child. All right, so let's continue. Let's continue. So that was a good interview. I told y'all, baby, that baby was slick shade you. You hear me? Shamea is a slick shader, honey. All right, now StreamYard. You better get it together. StreamYard adding the food, y'all. All right, let's move to the next topic. Now, as we know, Halle Bailey and Diddy with his punk ass, they've been going through it, child. But someone offers a bit of support in this situation because I think they've been kind of dealing with almost the same thing. Cyn Santana, y'all know who she is from Love and Hip Hop. Was it LA? I think it was. Where she was dating at one point Erica Mena, and she also has a child with Joe Budden. For those of you that don't know, she has a son from Joe Budden. All right, but she's talking about how she's giving support for Halle Bailey during this situation since she has after she's announced that she had postpartum. So it said that Cyn Santana defends Halle Bailey after postpartum depression backlash. Said that mothers look for support in true partners. Said that you guys are so ignorant. I agree. And she's very strong for coming forward to even tell somebody she had postpartum. That's a private thing. Maybe she, I feel like she's very strong to do that. So Cyn Santana says, she said that y'all don't know a damn thing about PPD. And she said it shows. She said, do research. Do research, read an effing book. Read an effing book. An article. She says it's actually a very serious thing. Mothers struggling for support in their partner. She says that that's the natural thing to do. She said that you guys are so ignorant, putting y'all in time out. Okay, so she is going up for Halle Bailey and what she's dealing with her baby daddy, DDG, and the mess that they've got going on where they're back and forth to the courts, filing motions. Halle Bailey, it was said that she put some tracking devices in her baby bag to see who he was with, where he was. She's popping up at him, movie theaters. He went and filed a motion to keep her from going out of the country for work to take the baby, at which the judge said, hey, sit your ass down. She can take that baby out of the country. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So she went up to him on that. And I just feel like he should be supportive. If she's dealing with that, be supportive. It's hard being a first-time mom, especially her son is very young. So she's still trying to work, travel up all times of the day and night, trying to film probably. She's doing music probably as well. So she not only just acts, she also is a singer. So she is doing a lot of stuff. And he should be supportive. He should not be threatening to take the baby from her and never bring it back. You don't tell a mother dealing with postpartum no shit like that, or a mother, period. Okay, I'm a mom. I know how I would feel if my husband said to me, I'm taking our son and then you'll never see him again. I would be upset and snapping off. So I get why she is kind of, in an uproar because of this. So it said that Cyn Santana is stepping up and to defend Halle Bailey after folks online came for her over the way she's been moving during her postpartum. It says that y'all are so ignorant. Mothers go through postpartum depression. Said that mothers look for support rather in their partners. You guys are so ignorant. So Halle has been facing all kinds of backlash online, and Cyn Santana says that unless you've been through postpartum or supported someone who has, you might want to sit this one out. I agree. I like Cyn. Okay, she's a solid individual. All right, that's what she had to say. All right, this is what she had to say. She says, "Love to all the mamas, praying for peace, for sanity, for balance. PPD is no joke." All right, postpartum depression is PPD. For those of you who don't know, she says that when I speak in general. I'm speaking based on things that I see daily here and in real life. Okay. Damn, girl. So this person here, Nate Johnson, of course, there are different women that's dealing with PPD or are just trying to support Halle Bailey. They're speaking out, as you guys can see. PPD isn't an excuse to be a biatch, and she wrote it multiple times. Postpartum depression or any mental health condition is not an excuse to be abusive. Hope is help. Hope this helps. Okay. Halle was knee deep in PPD and told that man that he leaves her hanging as a mother and he doesn't step up when she needs him to. Said that his response was to leave him alone, and y'all still want him granted full custody of that child. I agree. Y'all remember the text messages that we read, because he put the messages of conversation between the two of them when really in the conversation she was screaming out for help. And this nigga was like, I really just want to be left alone. She's telling you, I need you. And his stupid bitch ass is like, look, I just rather be left alone. Okay. Yeah, I can't talk right now. Okay. Because I'm working. All right, let's continue. Everybody want to damn call me when I'm working. All right, so PPD is a chemical imbalance, not just some effing hurt feelings. They said that this needs to feel superior about this situation. Is incredibly shitty. All right. And it goes on and on. So she has several people stepping up to support her. Shout out to Halle Bailey for being strong through this. All right. And continue to support those around you that you know have postpartum depression, because it's a real thing. Some mothers unalive their children because it becomes too much. Okay. So I'm sending prayers out to her right now that she does not feel or that it doesn't go that far, because we did hear in the text messages that she did vocalize to him that she did have a knife and that she did have a pow, and he still didn't give a fuck. So maybe he just wants this child. Maybe he wants to just take this child from her. Maybe he just don't care about her anymore. Maybe the things between them have gone so far, but I mean, it's still the mother of your child. You are still due a certain level of respect to her, even if you guys aren't together. And I feel like he needs to grow up and be a great father and great support system to the person who brought life into this world that you call child. Okay. And that's all I got to say on that. I mean, it's time to grow the fuck up. Y'all are adults. Y'all are children now. I mean, y'all adults now. Y'all are parents now. It's time to get over that. It's time to get over that. All right, so Milagro Gramz, let me refresh this right quick. Thought she would insert her ass up in a situation. Now, she already dealing with Tory Lanez and this Megan Thee Stallion stuff. So she going to bring her ass in the middle of DDG and Halle Bailey situation, speaking up, when she's already had a gag order on her in the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion's case. Now, you over here in their case. Bitch, I'm tired of you now. And I don't even know you like that. Milagro Gramz is she is supposed to be like a YouTuber or something like that. And I don't even like to go off on YouTubers or content creators because that's not my thing. But when I see stuff like that, bitch, shut your mouth. I'm sorry, y'all. Damn. Shut your ass up. This don't have shit to do with you. Obviously, you're not a parent. And if you are a heartless bitch for you to step in the middle of a situation, probably without knowing every intricate detail. Damn, Milagro. Sound like some shit you catch on your feet. Let's get into this. Milagro Gramz, honey, says that if she was a man and a woman played with her like Halle Bailey is playing with DDG, that she would say F the baby mama and the baby. What kind of shit is that to say? Girl, let's get into this audio. Because I said, oh, I just want to pull your bangs out after this, girl.
The nigga, and you playing with my freedom, and you doing all this bullshit. I'm not about to play with you like that. Bye. Go ahead.
Girl.
And people, too many bitches are trying to manipulate a nigga with a child. That's what I'm saying. I think a nigga should like fight for his family. But when shit gets unbalanced and unreasonable and your freedom is on the line and people making wild ass accusations and this shit more of a headache than anything else. And if a court is going to put you in a predicament to only be able to see your fucking child for 6 hours supervised, y'all can have that shit. No, I wouldn't subject myself to that. No. What fucking father deserves that if they ain't harm their child? So I'll let her take that baby, go on about your business. I'm finna go live my life. And I might have another child. You can't replace nobody, but I might move the fuck on. Like, yeah. And don't say shit to me. Go on. That's what you wanted. Go on. Who gonna suffer more? More. I didn't say everybody don't suffer. Who gonna suffer more? The baby. Y'all be wanting to be single mothers so fucking bad. Go ahead. I wouldn't be sitting up there playing with you bitches like that. You ain't finna hold no baby over my head. Right. Bitch, I'll be counting down the minutes till that baby turn 18. I think you should still, like, bitch, write letters. Still buy Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and shit. Bitch, pull up on the 18th birthday with a U-Haul. I've been waiting on you, little nigga. What's up? If I was a nigga and you playing with my freedom and you doing all this bullshit, I'm not about to play with you like that. Bye. Go ahead. Go ahead.
See, that's why your ass got sued the last time, running your damn mouth. And it wasn't so much, like I said, you just got that gag order and it's still fresh. And here you are over here in they damn business. You can't talk over there, so you done brought your nappy-headed ass over here and talking over here. I don't even like to do this with content creators. This ain't my shit to do. But I'm so sick of her ass, like, for real. Stay the fuck out of people's business. And you don't even have money for an attorney. Let's talk about that. Oh, yeah, I'm counting down the minutes of the days. Bitch, go down there and count some money out to an attorney so you'll have one to represent your ass for the shit you done got yourself into with Tory Lanez, who is a millionaire, and you working for him behind the scenes to be harassing someone else. And now that your ass is in trouble, he is leaving you out to dry, and you got to find your own legal or attorney to represent your ass. How about that? People need to mind their business. Mind your business. This don't have shit to do with you. I said the same thing about Diddy G's mama and his stepdaddy and brother and sister. All of them need to mind their business. Halle is an adult, and so is DDG. They have a child. Let them figure it out. It's unfortunate that this situation is in the public and that it's on social media, because then everybody gets to jump in and give their opinions. Now, I've covered it a few times, but it's my job as a content creator. But this shit right here, Milagro, I think you need to step back and have a reflection on your own situation that's pending and stay the fuck out of this. That's what I feel. Okay. Now put your lips up on that. Get off my screen. I ain't got no more. I can't stand people like that. You real loud and wrong right there. You loud and you damn wrong. And that's why your ass is in court now and can't get no fucking attorney. All right. Your funky ass breath. Someone sit the fuck down. All right. So I'm sorry, y'all. Oof, Lord. The east side of my ass done came out. I ain't even been on the east side. Shit. All right. Let's get on to the next topic. Ooh, some certain people bring it out of me, child. I be trying to be saved. See, I was saved before I said hi. Everything said in the video is alleged. I was saved then, but after that, child. Oof. All right, so let's get into it. Next topic, child. 50 Cent is on demon time. Don't he stay on demon time, right? Girl, I'm telling you. Before I did my disclaimer, I was saved, and now I don't know. I gotta pray again after this live, girl, and recommit my life to the Lord. Milagro, whatever her damn name is, then got me out here going off. But 50 Cent is on demon time where he resides, child. He resides on demon time. So now you guys know that the court situation is going on. Court trial with Diddy is going on, and they have a specific person that's being named as an unnamed person, but 50 Cent leave it to him to come in and put a whole name subliminally out there. Now, the person that they're talking about that's being questioned and or doing testimony on the stand is none other than 50 Cent's baby mama. And this is why he's putting her ass out there, because he had already put out there before, when Diddy's ass got arrested, that his baby mama that y'all see on this screen, honey, okay, Jane Doe, that's what she's asking to be known as in this court case, is Jane Doe. But 50 was like, hell no, that's my baby mama. That's some shit he would do. So this says, 50 says, hey, does anyone know Jane Doe, who Jane Doe is? Says, I'm trying to research this. Says, man, this stuff with Elon and Trump is crazy. So then he posts a huge ass picture of her and then subliminally put Diddy's name over there to the side. Put Diddy's picture to the side. This nigga, listen. I cannot be 50. He's like, ain't gonna be no Jane Doe in here today. Because y'all know she tried to sue 50 a little bit back, because 50 put out there that she was, doing FOs and stuff with Diddy as well. Okay. Yeah. So Daphne Joy is 50's baby mama. And 50 felt away because, she went over there and was freaking out with Diddy. Now, Diddy also pissed 50 off because he sent a picture, not a picture, but a video of Cassie in the middle of a freak off. And he was like, who the F sends their girl in this type of, compromising position in a video for somebody else to watch? This is supposed to be your girl. So 50 has always been up and stuck since he and Daphne Joy, however you say her name, broke up and started messing with Diddy, who is his arch enemy. So he was like, we're not going to do the Jane Doe bullshit today. Everybody going to know who the fuck you are today. So Jane Doe, if y'all are wondering who Jane Doe is in this damn Diddy case, there you go. All right, because 50 done put her ass out there. How you like them apples, okay? How you like them apples? So count on 50 to always be petty, all right? And he won't done being petty because we got some more. If you ever owe him some money, you better go ahead and pay him. Because, baby, when I tell you he don't play by his money, he said, bitch, better have my money. And, baby, he done went down to the courthouse and he got it. All right, here we go. One of his, a federal judge granted rapper 50 Cent and his liquor company, Sire Spirits, permission to take the $1 million home of a former employee who they caught stealing over $2 million. How you steal $2 million, especially from 50? Child, he said not today. All right. And if you owe him money, he gonna put you out there. Tierra Marie from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, she owed him money and went out and bought a new car, and he had her wages garnished. 50 be on demon time. All right. What's old boy from Power, the light skinned dude? I can't remember his name, and he's a singer. Well, I can't remember old boy name. Anyway, 50 gave him a loan and he didn't pay him back, but then he was announcing he was about to get married and he was like, the devil you ain't. He came after that bag too. So he was like, yeah. And he announced like, hey, I loan old nigga some money and he ain't pay me. So if you owe 50 some money, you don't pay him, 50 gonna get his money. Let's get into this. 50 Cent's liquor brand, Sire Spirits, has officially been given the go-ahead to take over the Connecticut property of ex-employee Mitchell Green in an effort to recover a $7 million debt. Ooh, child. Now, y'all know he don't even want that little ass house. It's just the fact of it all. All right, it's principalities in this thing, as they say. Now, Green has previously been found guilty of stealing more than $2 million from the company and was later ordered to pay back a much larger amount due to added damages and legal fees. Said that while the house is worth around $1 million, that ain't nothing to 50. Said that it will only put a dent in the full amount owed, which increased from $6.2 million after interest was applied. So 50 got a house out the deal, and more money still owed. He's gonna probably find a way to get the rest of that money. Because don't play with his money. All right. 50 do not play about his baby mamas or his damn money. So go off. All right, let's get into this damn Diddy news. All right. Let's get into this damn Diddy news. All right, so we got two more tabs. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go ahead and share. Y'all know we be reading off child transcripts and whatnot. So now when y'all see me saying Jane Doe, you know it's y'all know who it is now, okay? Daphne Joy, aka 50 Cent baby mama. All right, we about to get into some deep stuff. Let me put my trigger warning banner up, child. Because child, we about to talk about some stuff, Jesus. Whew. Belle, what you screaming about? Belle says she's screaming. Let's put a trigger warning, honey, because child. We getting ready to get into some deep stuff. Some knee deep. All right, so Jane Doe, aka Daphne Joy, sobs as she recalls throwing up during alleged freak-offs with Diddy and reveals the mogul did not like condoms being used during their sessions. My Lord. The scratching you must be doing over there, child. Okay, let's get into it. Y'all ready for this? Shout out to Inner City Press and Hollywood Unlocked. Let's get into it, child. The judge says, bring in the jury and the witness. All right. Ayasa Comey says, good morning. How many times did you travel to Las Vegas? All right. Jane then says, aka 50 Cent baby mama, once says she traveled once on Sean's plane. She said that he was hosting an event. Then he wanted entertainment for the night. And we had that. I bet you did. Ayasa Comey, all right, says, what do you mean? All right, Jane Doe, baby mama, says, and entertained, we had sex. So Ayasa then says that what did going off the grid mean? Jane Doe says, getting free. Says, did he call you a freak? Jane then says yes, says that he wanted me to be wild and sexual. I bet he did. Now, he also then said that, did you ask Sean if the entertainers could wear condoms, okay, or protection rather? Jane Doe says yes, says the first time with Don and another. So Sean guilty trip me out of it, or guilt trip. She said guilty trip, but we know it's guilt trip. Guilt trip me out of it. Said that it was not something that he wanted to see. So you just want me to run around scratching, and you just, oh, okay, gotcha. You want me in the clinic, why you don't be? Ayasa Comey then says that what was his tone? Jane Doe says condescending. Ayasa then says that did he say why he did not want the entertainer to wear protection? That's some crazy shit, y'all. With all this out here and y'all getting randoms off Craigslist, these people that they're finding for these FOs, they're finding on social media, Craigslist and other adult sites, okay? So you don't know who this person is, and then you got on this masquerade mask, and they're coming in and just doing all these crazy, egregious, sexual things to you. You don't know where they've been, who they've been with. You don't know their status, and you're laying down with them. And Diddy said, no, put the condom down. I want to see it raw. And you do it. All right. So Jane Doe then said that he did not want to see a rubber. Ayasa Comey says that did you raise it even when sober and not in a hotel room? Jane Doe says yes. Ayasa then asks, was this ever recorded? Jane Doe also says yes, says that one that I am aware of. She says, I'm trying to ask the entertainer if he can wear a condom and he's looking for it. Okay. Now, Ayasa Comey then says that I'd like to call up this exhibit with an aide. Says that, did you listen to this? Jane Doe says yes. Ayasa then says, did you read the transcript that's up on the screen? Jane Doe then says yes. The screen is not visible rather to the gallery, so everybody can't see it, just her. All right, so there says that scratchy audio then begins to play. Ayasa Comey then says, let's start at the 8-minute mark and 20 seconds in. It says that when you said, I think that Dave, hold on. When you said, I think Dave in the chair, what were you referring to? Jane Doe then says the condoms. Ayasa then says that what did you understand what Sean mean when he said you were taking that DICK? Ooh, honey. Child. Jane Doe then responds, says that we already had intercourse. Ayasa Comey then says that, and when he said, if you don't touch yourself right now, what was he saying? Jane Doe then says to just move on. Ayasa then asks, what did you think you needed permission from Sean for? The man having sex with your body, wear a condom. That didn't make no sense. I'm gonna read it one more time. It makes sense. Says that, why did you think you needed permission from Sean for the man having sex with your body, wear a condom? That's what it said, child. Now, Combs' lawyer then says, objection, Your Honor. The judge then says, overruled. Ayasa then says, sidebar. The judge said, sure. Okay, let's continue, child, because it's more. All right, so it says that they're back because they had some type of break. So they're back from their break. Says that Ayasa Comey then asked it, why did you say no? Okay. Jane said that he'd get agitated if she said no. All right. So said that why did you not say no in terms of being intimate with said person without protection? And she's saying that Diddy would have gotten agitated had she not complied. Okay. It's called Ike Turner. All right. So Ayasa then asked, how would intercourse with an entertainer end? Jane Doe said that he'd finish on me. All right. Ayasa then said that then what with Sean? Jane Doe said that then we'd have sex. Ayasa then says that would you clean up the Jane Doe said no. All right. So she ain't cleaning up none of that shit. All right. So Ayasa then says, Ayasa Comey says, why not? Jane Doe said that Sean liked it to play around with it. So she would have an intimate moment with the F4, the person who she was with, the person they found off the internet, after which this person would release themselves on Diddy, and he didn't want it cleaned off him because he wanted to be over there doing this, child. Like that's his playground, okay? What kind of shit is this? Oh my God. So Jane then said that I take a shower. Then Ayasa then asked, then what? Jane said that then I take a shower and get ready for the next one. Okay, so damn. Oh Lord. So it also says typically how many rounds. Okay. Then they said objection. Then it was said to be overruled. So Jane then said that every entertainer was different. Says sometimes it was 3. Damn. So back to back 3 people. Oh, Lord, girl. Mm-mm. It was like throwing a hot dog down a damn hallway, it sounded like. So Asa Comey then says that Wood decided if you could stop when you were tired, okay? Jane Doe then starts to cry, okay? She said, Sean said, who would decide if you could stop when you got tired? And then she says, Sean, meaning Diddy, and then she starts to cry. So Asa then says, do you need a moment? And then Jane Doe, then she continues to sob. She says, I'm sorry. What was your question? Asa then says that, how did you say you wanted to stop? Okay. Jane Doe then said that I'd say like I'm hungry or make little faces. Okay. Girl, so you be like, I want a Happy Meal or something like that. I don't know, child. I won't in there. So Jane Doe then goes in to say that I sent him subtle clues. All right. Asa Comey then said that what would he say? All right. Jane Doe said that he'd say, you're not getting tired on me, are you? Let's go out on a high note now. Get back in there. You ain't done. Nah. Get back on that horse. Okay. All right. So, and Asa Comey said that what would he say? He'd say that you're not getting tired. Said, let's finish strong. All right. That's what she said what Diddy told her. And then she started crying. So she said, no, you ain't done. She did it to her, you ain't about to get tired on me. Let's finish strong, girl. All right. So Asa then said that what would Sean give you to keep you awake and having sex with the entertainers? Child. All right. Jane Doe said ecstasy. Okay. Because y'all know ecstasy have you like this and on Reddit and make you more sexualized. Okay. That's what ecstasy is. I ain't never took it, but that's what I read. Because I know I got to read up on this shit. I ain't never took no drugs, but that's what I do know. All right. So Asa Comey then says that did you ever cry after one of these hotel nights? Jane Doe then says twice. All right. It also then says that tell us about the first time. Jane Doe then says, I thought that it was a date night, a one-on-one, but he said that there would be an entertainer, but just a quick one. I hung on to that, but 18 hours. Fuck. So 18 hours you in there, child. Oh my God. Said that Jane Doe then said that after 18 hours and 3 rounds with the entertainer, Sean said that he had to leave and I started crying. Asa Comey then asked, were you with someone else? Jane Doe then says, I was with Sean, and it was at the Waldorf in Beverly Hills early in our relationship. So it wasn't a relationship. These were people. He was pimping you out, girl. All right. Asa then says that what did Sean say? Child, this is deep. All right. So Jane Doe then replied by saying, he said, are you crying? Like looking disgusted. So he was about to get mad at her because she was crying and messing up the mood. Then she says he sat there listening to music. She said that I was clinging to him and he said that he could move things around with him, with his family, and that I could go home with him. She said that I just wanted to be in his arms after all of that. Girl, that's some Stockholm syndrome there. I'm sorry. I don't even want to look at your ass. Continuing on, Asa Comey then says, and the second time, what had happened then? Jane Doe replied by says that I was in the shower after one of these nights, and then they stopped her. Asa then says, is your memory spotty? What do you remember? All right. Jane Doe replied by saying, well, I was so high, I was having sex with Paul. Then I was in the shower with Sean. He said, stop it. I'm too high. Stop. So I think she was trying to come on to him. He was like, get off me, child. So Asa Comey says, Paul. Jane Doe says that one of the entertainers. All right. Asa then asked, were these hotel nights work for you? Objection, Your Honor. Then they overruled. Jane Doe then says that it was work from the start to finish. Okay. From start to finish. Okay. So now they're proving prostitution here. If y'all ain't caught that yet, okay? What y'all laughing at? Okay, let's continue. Asa then says that what did you do to try to get them to end sooner? All right, meaning the FOs. Jane Doe then says that I tried to have sex with the entertainers fast. So you was like this, girl. All right, next one. You was like that. That's what it gave, girl. All right, so let's continue. Ooh, child. Child, you was in there breaking schlongs. It sound like you going in there fast. You are snapping schlongs in the room, girl. So Ayasa Comey then says, what did you do to try to speed things up? Y'all know I gotta act it out, okay? Damn. All right, so let me get back to work here. So Jane Doe then says that I do foreplay and bring them into the room, girl. A little bit of that, okay? So Sean then would say, slow it down. More foreplay. All right. So she had to be on this shit here and throw your back in it. And all right. So Ayasa then says, what words would you use or he use? What words would he use, girl? Okay. Lord have mercy. Objection, Your Honor. Time frame. That's what they said. So the judge said, that fair. Ayasa then said May to October of 23. Okay. So Ayasa then says May of 2021 to October of 2023. What would Sean say? Jane Doe then replies by saying, well, he said that I'm not ready to see that yet. Okay. So you were ready to throw your back into it. He's slow that shit down. Wind and grind. Okay. Yeah. So well, I lost my place, y'all. Here, whining and grinding. Okay, so Ayasa then said, well, how would you feel? All right. And the defense said, sidebar. And the judge said, sure. Okay, sure. We have another sidebar, damn it. But y'all hurry the fuck up. All right, so now they're back. I need a sidebar to that shit too. So Ayasa Comey then says that, how did you feel? All right, Jane Doe said that I'd want to be with Sean at the end. Okay. So Ayasa then says that, where would you go? Jane Doe says, to his residence. Girl, say his house. You done had schlongs all in your damn ear. You want to say residence. It's house, girl. Damn. All right, so Ayasa then says that, were there any part of these hotel nights that you enjoy? Jane Doe says, child, just being with Puff. Just being with Sean, girl. None of that shit, just being with him. Ayasa Comey says that, would he text him? Would he text him? Jane Doe says to say I love you. And then Ayasa says that, did you text that you wanted to have sex? Jane Doe then replies by saying yes with him. Ayasa then asked, did you text him that you wanted to have sex with others? Jane Doe said yes, it was his fantasies. Ayasa then says that, did you tell that you, hold on, did you tell you want to, did you tell you want to text? That didn't make no sense. Did you tell it in a text? That's probably what they're trying to say, okay? Because I went to school. Did you tell it in a text? Probably. And she says yes. She replied by saying yes. So Ayasa Comey then says, did he tell you what to text, okay? Jane Doe then says yes. He asked, what do you want? Be explicit. Okay, so if you guys don't understand what's going on here, the conversation that she's having with him is he's setting her up to put these things into text messages. So if this shit pop off and the feds get into this, then what's happening right now is what's happening right now. Do y'all get what I'm saying? They said really is the goat. Y'all know I gotta act this shit out because I don't want y'all bored like, oh Lord. So I gotta act it out and add a little, you know. So yeah, so this is what Diddy was doing while these FOs were going on. If you guys don't know, he never did anything himself. He had people to do things for him. And even with these women that he called girlfriends, they were not his girlfriends. They were prostitutes that he kept around him to keep his fantasies alive. All right. So he had them texting him. He did the same thing to Cassie. We read those text messages this morning. Okay, she would be high most of the time. So a lot of these text messages, he would be like having her text certain things as his way of keeping track of saying, well, this is what she wanted to do versus something that he made her do. All right, engaging in certain inappropriate, explicit conversations to benefit him later in the end if the feds or somebody got their hands on something like this. Okay, y'all get it? Let's continue. Ayasa Comey then says, did he tell you what to text? Jane says that yes. He asked, what do you want? Be explicit. Ayasa then says that what did you write? What did you write in, I guess, text? Because whoever's writing this is effed up. Jane Doe then says that I wanted to make my lover happy. Ayasa then says that look at this once. From November 9th of 2021, what did you write? Jane Doe then says that I wrote, I'm horny for you. Child. Let's continue. Ayasa Comey then says that you have to read this. But did you write, I want to suck. Pause. Shlongy longy. Okay. And why did you write that? Okay. Asking Jane Doe, child, why did you say that you want to be putting your mouth on pause shlongy longy out here, girl? So Jane Doe responds by saying, well, I knew that it would turn Sean on. And Ayasa then said, well, who the hell is Paul? Jane Doe then says, an entertainer. Ayasa then says that you texted him that you wanted to stop having hotel nights, correct? Jane Doe then says, yes, I did. All right. Ayasa Comey then says that what did you write here? All right. Jane Doe then says, I'm so much more than being left in the dark of a hotel room. Says that my heart is breaking. I don't want to play this role in your life anymore. I feel it's the only reason that you pay for the house. Okay. Said that we need to talk like adults. Okay. So that was a text message that she sent to Diddy, because as long as she was doing those FOs, she would get whatever she wanted. And whenever she started to complain that that's not something she wanted to do anymore, all of a sudden now the place that she lives, her home and everything else that he was paying for, that stopped. So that shows that prostitution, you were being paid for sexual favors, because that's what that is. And that's for anybody else. If you're getting paid for some sexual favors, all right, you out here deep throating for $50, bitch, you are a prostitute. Moving on. All right, so Ayasa Comey then says, how long has Sean been paying your rent? Ooh, child. Jane Doe says for 5 months or so. Ayasa then says that, did you see the Drugianas in the hotel room? Y'all know what that is. That. Objection, Your Honor. And then they overruled it. Jane Doe then says, yes, honey, ecstasy, Molly, cocaine, pink powder, which I believe is called Tussie. Okay, and he always kept that, because when they picked his ass up to arrest him at the hotel, Pink Tussie was in the hotel as well. How do I know? Because I stay on my shit. All right, so Ayasa then says that, who gave them to you? And she replied by saying Sean. Okay, so Diddy kept her drugged up. Okay, she didn't know half the time what the hell was going on. And that's how he kept all the girls. That's how he kept Cassie. That's how he kept Carisha. Yeah, Carisha, I'm calling you out. That's how he kept all the women around him. And he tried to do the same thing to Kim Porter. If you guys don't know, whenever we talked about said situation with Kim Porter prior to her death, Kim Porter was doing FOs during her pregnancy with the twins. Did y'all know that? That's some tea for your ass. Kim Porter was doing FOs with Diddy carrying his twins, okay? And that's just how fucking disrespectful he was, because she could have caught something. She could have caught something, and he was making her do. She didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it, according to what she spoke on. Let's continue. Ayasa Comey then says that, did you ever see any of the entertainers taking the Drugianas? Jane Doe then says, no. That was my one rule. Says that I told them that they couldn't take the Drugianas, that I didn't want them to be out of control while they were with me. Ayasa then says that, how did ecstasy make you feel? And Jane Doe describes it by sexual energy. I told y'all that if anybody knows anything about ecstasy, you can look it up, because I had to read up on that as well. Ecstasy makes you feel, like I said, over sexually aroused to do things that you ordinarily would not do in a sexual setting. Okay. Yeah. I mean, shit. Jump off the dresser on the D. Shit, I don't know. Hang on a ceiling fan, jump from the ceiling fan to the dresser, to the headboard, and down on the D. Shit like that. Or did I do that? Let's get back to the show. All right, so Ayasa Comey then says, why did you feel that you had to take these Drugianas? All right. Not the Tussie deodorant now in the chat, y'all. Tussie is a drug, not the kind you put under there with your finger and then come out with the French tips, okay? Not that one. All right, so Jane Doe says, otherwise, it would be too real, you know. That's why she didn't want them to take the Drugiana. She said, otherwise, it would be too real. And I wanted to. She says, I don't know, feel like, then she starts crying again. It would make things earlier, okay? So Ayasa then says, did you ever do hotel nights without the Drugianas? Jane Doe then says, yeah, twice, and once with Paul, all right? So Ayasa Comey then says, why did you take the Drugianas that time? Jane Doe replied by saying that I didn't want to do that to my body, but it was too real. All right. She says, so I asked Sean for a pill. Ayasa then says that, did he give it to you? Jane Doe says yes, and I felt better. Ayasa then says the second time. What happened the second time? Jane Doe then says that my partner was taking too many pills. That was Diddy, because that was the partner. That nigga stayed. That's why he kept them damn shades on, because most of the time, probably all the time, his ass was fucking high. All right. Somebody said the ceiling fan comment. I'm just entertaining now. Don't write any of this stuff down. Okay. All right. So here we go. Jane Doe then says, he said, I'll do 30 days without the Drugianas, but let's have one last sobriety party at the L'Hermitage. What is that? The L'Hermitage. I guess that's what it is. Ayasa Comey then says that how long did that last? Jane Doe says too long, honey. 18 hours. Damn. Ayasa then says, what happened? Jane Doe replied, the first guy, then the second guy. She says, I was not feeling well. Hell, I even threw up. Imagine that. So Jane Doe then says that I told Sean, I just threw it up, Sean. All right. Ayasa Comey says that, what did you say? Or what did he say? Jane Doe said that he said, that's good. Now you be ready for the third guy. Get on back in there. I don't give a hot balling damn if you fucking threw up. All right. Somebody get in here and clean this up. Get on back in there. All right. And finish strong. All right. So Ayasa then said, how did that make you feel? Jane Doe said, I was just disgusted. I just felt repulsed. I was just so mad at myself, girl. All over my damn, the Victoria's Secrets, Teddy, and every damn thing. Shit. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so Jane Doe then replied by saying, I was mad and I had let myself get into this shit again. Ayasa Comey then says that this would be a good place for a break. I know that shit right. The judge said, bitch, I agree, okay? And that was the end of testimony for today. Did y'all enjoy that? Girl, that was deep. So if you guys do not remember, after we read Cassie's transcript from her testimony, when she testified, very similar, very, very similar testimonies, okay? And I'm glad that they are asking these women to testify. I want them to get Carisha's ass up there. She need to be testifying so that we can figure out what the hell she was doing for $150,000 a month, bitch, okay? Because she was getting paid. Baby, you girl. I almost said something. I had to catch myself because I want to be monetized on this video. But the testimonies are very much so similar, very parallel in terms of what Jane Doe, aka 50 Cent baby mama, we can say that now because he already put it out there. In terms of what she was saying and how she got into it. If you guys remember, let's go back. Let's roll back. Let's roll the tape back. Okay. Now, when Diddy meet these women, this is how it usually happens, how he get them into these FOs to become comfortable. He pretends that he is excited about meeting said person. He flirt with them and make it seem like, oh my God, I just got to have this person. You're beautiful. I want you to be my woman on my arm, when really he don't want a woman. Okay. Diddy has a fetish for women sleeping with other people. Okay. It's called voyeurism. Look it up for those of you who don't know what that is. It's called voyeurism, where you have this very sick, twisted, satanic type of sexual desires, if you will. Okay. And when you get on these drugianas, it's designed to push you beyond your limits. And that's exactly what he was doing to Cassie. That's exactly what he was doing with Carisha. That's exactly what I feel he was doing with Lori Harvey, because we saw her with the white nails, which is something that he required. Oh God, I got on white nails. So go figure. But now, so his women were required to keep themselves up because they were doing these FOs. And Diddy was just so into this shit till it was happening multiple times a day. As you guys can see, Jane Doe said, hey, it was one man that came in, he left, and then the next one came in. Hell, it was 3 men in one day, none of which wore protection. So Diddy had this fetish of being able to watch. That's why he wanted them to have the white nails. He cut off all the lights. And then I'm hearing from other things that I read as well, that the rooms would be so hot, you guys. The room would be so hot. They would have, like it's summertime right now, they would have the heat cut up in the room and it would be so fucking hot like hell. And then they would have all this body oil, and in the body oil, the baby oil or whatever it was, it would be the ketamine, the GHB and ketamine in this damn oil, which would help get them into that mood, in addition to them taking things like ecstasy and other things, okay? And sometimes horse tranquilizers, if you will. We've heard about that as well being mentioned in said drugianas, including the pink coquiana, which is more so of like a high as well, like the ecstasy. The pink coquiana make you, you on that when you're on the pink coquiana. Never took it, but from what I read, that's how it make you feel. So Diddy was always supplying the druggianas. Now, he also had runners, at which we also heard Ray J's name being brought up in said case as well, as to say that he was a runner, a drug runner. He was the one who go and get the drugs and bring it back to supply Diddy when they were having the FOs, which is why his ass is trying to leave the country. His, meaning Ray J, he's trying to leave the country now that his name's been mentioned, because there's also a link to the Whitney Houston case as well, because he was last seen with her when she passed away, and druggianas was also in her system. So I'm thinking too, from what I also saw today that somebody sent me, they're thinking that Whitney passed away with some type of phenolin in some drugs that was given to her by Ray J. That's what the rumor is, that it was some type of phenolin that was in some drugs that took Whitney out, because she got them saying that she was in a tub getting ready to take a bath, which is something her family and everybody said she would never ever do, get into a tub in a hotel. I would never do that shit either, because I don't know how well you cleaned it. But they said the water was scalding hot. So whatever it was that she took, I feel like she was placed in there. I feel like maybe someone was trying to cover up something, and that someone, the last person who was seen with Whitney Houston, was Ray J. So Ray J, that may open a can of worms and reopen Whitney Houston's case. All right. I don't know, guys. I'm going to keep giving you guys the updates on this Diddy case. It's really starting to get more eerie and a little bit nastier as we continue. And it's definitely a pattern of behavior with Diddy and all the women that he get into this. He pretend to be, their boyfriend, and then he's paying them to live out this fantasy with them. And he's making these women lay there and have all types of nasty men and come up in there and do very explicit things to them while he sit back and pleasure himself. And one of the girls also was talking about how Diddy was participating in said situation where he would, she would be in front with something in her mouth, and Diddy would be behind him and doing something behind her. And y'all already know what it is. Use your imagination. So it's some very freaky shit going on in this. Diddy, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. I think Clive Davis must have got to him. I don't know, because y'all know they say Clive was a fucking freak too. But now he want to act like he got Alzheimer's. I saw a video of Clive act like he don't know shit when they asked him, "What about the Diddy situation?" Huh? What you talking about? He don't know shit now. Now that them damn charges is on Diddy's ass, so he trying to stay far away from that. But we will keep you guys updated on more. Okay. I want to read that. I don't know. Yeah, we got to read this. We definitely got to read this. We got to read this. All right. I was about to go, but I said, because I literally pulled this because I wanted it to be in connection to the testimony that we just read. I'm going to go ahead and read it shit, because it's definitely an eye opener with this case too. All right. So Jane Doe, we're not done. Jane Doe child still talking. All right, Jane Doe, aka 50 Cent baby mama. Let's read this, then we're gonna get out of here. All right. I didn't mean to be on here this long, but child. The theatrics of these damn testimonies, Lord. All right. Y'all good? Can we continue? I said, Rail, keep the narration. I have to do it that way because I don't want y'all to feel bored while y'all are listening to the testimonies. All right. I have to add a little in there and act the fool a little bit so that y'all will be like, oh, okay, yeah, we can get with this. All right. So Jane Doe testifies that she felt jealous when Diddy started to flaunt his new girlfriend on Instagram despite them being together. It says that he did romantic things with the new girl, but made her do freak offs. She says, I felt cheap. Now, given around the time that this happened, my question is, was it Gina? It's got have to be either, and I'm trying to do a process of elimination because I kind of remember when this whole Gina person kind of came into the picture, but it was also around the same time that Young Miami. It's either Young Miami, Lori Harvey, or what's that child name? Gina. Okay, the Asian looking girl named Gina. It's between the three of them. Okay, who they talking about? Yeah. But let's get into what she had to say, because Diddy is now meeting another female to bring into this FO ring. We call it FO ring. Okay, to bring it to this situation, not because he want to date her. Diddy don't like no women. That's why he's aggressive towards women. Diddy is infatuated with watching men pulverize the punani. Let's get into this shit. Jane Doe's testimony in the Diddy trial is continuing. Now, the woman is currently on the stand explaining how she became jealous when Diddy started to flaunt his new girlfriend around despite her and him still being romantically involved. All right. Now, Jane Doe says that in 2023, Diddy reportedly took another woman to the Turks and Caicos for her birthday, while Jane had to sit back and watch him from the ground. Said that she claims that it made her sad because she always wanted to go to Turks and Caicos, but Diddy never took her. So when she saw the new couple on Instagram, she was livid. So here he go playing mind games, because what Diddy will always do with his women, because he kept several women around in order to cover up who he was. All right. So y'all know a lot of men who are closeted men keep women, beautiful women around them, so that other people will be like, that nigga can't be gay. Look at all these women he got around him. He got a bunch of bad bitches around him. Diddy always kept beautiful women like Kim Porter, like we can say Young Miami. She's a pretty girl, no homo. Gina, because she's mixed and look like she's got Asian or something like that in her, so she's Blasian, beautiful girl. 50 Cent's baby mama, and she got kids as well, which I thought was so crazy that she'd be out here doing FOs. But most of the women that he kept around him were beautiful women, and the reason for that was because he's covering up who he really is. All right, because he wanted beards around him. All right, so it says that when she confronted him about it, he reportedly downplayed the situation and told her that they were business partners. And y'all know what his business is, right? FOs, child. Next, that's what he was looking for. So he then told her to stop worrying about what he was doing with other women, and then seemingly broke up with her, asking her to just be friends, meaning occasionally come over and do this FO and shut the fuck up. Okay, that's what he was telling her. Now, Jane says that she felt cheap because she would involuntarily do freak-offs just to please him, but then he would turn around and be romantic with these women or with this woman. Same shit he did to Cassie. Because we just read text messages today where Cassie was still going off about him still seeing and going on vacations publicly with Kim Porter, while she thought she was the main chick. She would go out on his arm in public red carpet events, and he won't going out like that with Kim Porter. He would go on vacations, long vacations with Kim Porter and their kids, and leave Cassie at home for her to sit back and watch pictures pop out on social media when she run around saying she the main chick. So he would play these mind games with these women, but then tell her, suit up, put that Victoria's Secrets on, and get your ass up over here. I got another FO for you to do while I go out with my other bitch. That's some crazy shit. All right, so say that Jane is currently on the stand. Okay, said that we will continue to update y'all as more information is released, at which we just did, because we just read through all of her testimony from today. Now, if she testifies tomorrow, of course, we're going to spin the block and come back and give you guys that updated testimony on that. But that is it, and that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to click or rather tap that like button to support and or push this video to the algorithm so that others will see and or know what we're talking about in this video. Okay, thank you so much to my mods. I appreciate you all. All right, KBR, Belle Wilson, Tyra, Scorpion Miss, Rose Armstead, and True TV Podcast. Thank you guys so much. Now I saw Tisa Talk TV in the building. Thanks for being here, love. Please go and check her out and support. All right. Also, Sunny Days, thank you so much for being here. Let me get back to my main screen, guys. Let's get back to the main screen. Did I see anybody else? Any other content creators in here? Do we have any more mods? Please drop it down in the chat if we have any more content creators that stopped by that we didn't. Oh, Schoolboy. Thank you, Schoolboy, for stopping by. I did see Schoolboy. Thank you, Schoolboy, for stopping by. Y'all check out Schoolboy over on her Instagram, and that is SKOOLBOI. Schoolboy. All right. Do we have any more? Nobody else? Said Peppers said radio food. What I do? All right, so let's take the trigger warning banner down because we're about to get out of here. Love you guys down. I will be popping in again on you guys, okay? Because I don't plan on going out tonight, y'all. I'm super tired. I'm staying home tonight. I promise you. I'm gonna pour me a drink and that's it, child. All right, but love you guys down. Please don't forget again, hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on over here because y'all see we got the tea, right? Yes, we do, and we have a good old laughing time. But if nothing else, child, let's get out of here and let's go. Bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, 'cause